visiting Hanoi's Old Quarter. We're walking with Hang, our local friend,
Yeah.
who's going to show us some of the streets and the street shops, covered market, and then we'll bring you to a modern shopping mall.
This building keep the original form from the French occupation. And you can see this architecture is typical French. This area, the properties is very expensive. The most expensive in Hanoi. They live and sell at the same time in the one house. To go the Đông Xuân Market, you go through many intersections. This is some kind of fruits and vegetable from Vietnam, a tropical country. There's vendors, street vendors. There's a lot of decorations. Clothes shops, you can now buy a wide range of the dress and clothes. This is the Hang Duong Street, where you can buy dry sweetie fruits. In Vietnamese, it named the ô mai. We are standing on the Hang Duong Street. There are lots of shops here. You can see many shops. They offer the clothes, the shoes, or some tailor shops. And you can make the clothes. These shops, they offer the wholesale tailor and retailer. And this is fashion shops and jeans shops. They make use of piece of land in the Old Quarter, so they have to build some buildings. This building have more than one story, and the first floor they offer the clothes, they exhibit clothes or the commodities, and the upper house they live in the house.
And now we're heading for the big indoor market and crossing Đông Xuân Street and walking a few blocks to the market.
At the front of you is Đông Xuân Market. This is the biggest wholesale market in Hanoi. At the end of 19th century, there are two main markets. One is at Hang Duong Street and the other at the Hang Ma Street. And in 1889, two main markets were closed and replaced by the new one, the original Đông Xuân Market. And in 1889, Đông Xuân Market was started to build, and it was completed in 1902. The market covered the area of 6,500 square meters. Everything you can buy here. For example, shoes, clothes. You can see a kind of fruit. Yeah, it's made by the Vietnamese people. Dry sweetie fruit. Yeah, and dry sticky rice. This fruit was dried and then they was mixed with the sugar. We are inside the market, Đông Xuân Market. This is the main gate to the Đông Xuân Market. You can see there are a lot of people coming here to buy some things like a scarf, bags, sunglasses, and other things. In the second floor, you can buy the clothes and trousers, wholesale and retailer as well.
And now we're going to visit a modern shopping mall located a couple miles away from the Old Quarter, and we'll get there by taxi. Of course, taxi rides are inexpensive in Hanoi. For a few dollars, you can easily get around from one side of town to another. And the traffic moves pretty well. After all, they're not yet gridlocked with an oversupply of automobiles. We're making good time getting right across town. The VINCOM Center has one of the most modern shopping malls in town, 5 floors, and it's got 3 towers. After spending time visiting the Old Quarter, you might get the opinion that all of Hanoi is a very old city with nothing but very old buildings, 2 stories, 3 stories high, but nothing could be further from the truth. Hanoi is a very modern and growing metropolis. You step into this modern shopping mall and all of a sudden it's like you're in a different country, but of course Vietnam is a modernizing country. It's a developing nation that is growing rapidly, as you can see all around in this shopping mall. The mall is in a building complex that has a couple of high-rises that have offices and commercial space, and there's high-rise apartments in the area. So it's a very much of a new town in town, a mixed-use community of the most modern style. The mall is something that you might not see in a typical tourist visit for a couple of days to Hanoi, but that's a nice thing of having a local guide. They can take you around, you hop in a taxi, and see some other parts of town off the beaten track. And the mall has got all of the latest goods for sale. There's stereos, there's beautiful televisions, there's state-of-the-art washer dryers. There's a big supermarket. It's really quite a contrast to the open shop markets that you see in the Old Quarter. But this is probably more reflective of reality in Vietnam today. This is where local people do their shopping. And of course, there's a number of these modern shopping malls in this very large city of Hanoi. And there it is, the old and the new, side by side in this great city of Hanoi. We've got a lot more movies about Hanoi and Vietnam on our YouTube channel, so take a look. And you might want to subscribe so that you can get all of our latest uploads.